Hey everyone, thank you for those who checked out the previous video. I really hope you found it helpful. These videos are for you to learn how to navigate ClinicSource and how to use it. For anyone who didn't see the last one, it's about how to create an evaluation or plan of care with kind of components that already exist, just you kind of building it. I encourage you to check it out. So today's video is kind of going to build a step off of that. We're going to talk about how to copy and save an existing component so that way you can make changes without it impacting others' kind of reports. So I'm going to get right to it. If you find this video helpful, just smash a like at the bottom. Leave a comment for a video that you'd be interested in me making, as well as you can subscribe as well. All that is really helpful. So I'm going to get right to it because we are all busy people. All right, so I'm already here, but I want you to go to ClinicSource and I want you to navigate to templates. When you do that, you're going to pop up with a screen that kind of looks like this. So kind of like I talked about in the last video, if you want to kind of make this smaller, this list smaller, you can navigate over here to where it says discipline, and you can select whatever you are, whether you're a speech therapist, an OT, a PT. I am speech, but if you're a PT and OT, everything that I'm about to do also applies to your discipline as well. The components obviously are going to be different because you use different tests, but you can see that it kind of all shows up just the list that applies to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit this new form button up here. This is going to allow me to create a new document, a new eval. So it's blank. So what I'm going to do is you see all these components on the left that I'm kind of scrolling through. These are ones that have already been existed. You can see some of mine in here. They say CW. But you're going to learn how you can, like for instance, there's a test you like the Goldman-Fristow, or if there's a PT or OT test you like, how you can kind of copy it, edit it to the way you want without it kind of messing up anyone else. So the first thing you're going to do is give it a title. Eval report templates. And I'm going to type my initials in there just so I know that this one is mine. I'm going to come over here. It's going to be eval. You notice the column switches based on what you're choosing. Again, here you can check OT or PT as well. I'll show you. PT, your stuff shows up. OT, all of this is going to be the same. So I'm going to add in the Arizona. And I'm noticing, this Arizona, it's kind of a poorly designed table. I mean, all this extra space over here. This table's not even the same size as this one. I don't like that, and I don't want to add this into my report. It's not. It just doesn't look flush. It doesn't look clean. So I want to be able to take what's already here, though, and just edit it, and you can do that. So come over here, cogwheel. It says Design Template Item. You're going to click that. Now, do not change anything. Do not change the name. Don't make any changes yet. You have not copied this component. Whatever you change right now is going to change it for everyone. What you're going to want to do, the first thing, come up here to the top left, right next to this Delete Template Component button. You're going to see this copy sign. You've probably seen this before when you're kind of copying a report or copying a plan of care, so that way you can kind of edit that. Same thing, you're going to click this. You're going to see a flash on the screen as it loads up a new page. That flash tells you, okay, this component is copied. I can now make changes. First thing you're going to want to do, go to the name, parentheses, put your initials. This isn't going to show up in the component. What this is going to do is this is how it's listed on the side. So all of those components that listed, I suggest putting your initials in the front because that way you're going to be able to find which Arizona is yours. If you put it at the end, some of these components with a longer name, like if it said the Goldman-Fristow test of articulation, all of that doesn't fit over here, so you're not going to see your initials if you put them at the end. And so you're going to have to check this Goldman-Fristow. Oh, is that one that's mine? Oh, is this the one that's mine? Put it in the beginning, easy to find. You're going to know where to go because it's all organized alphabetically, so you're going to know where your name aligns there. So just do that. You can save it to the assessment section where the other one was. It'll just stack right above it or right below it. or you can put it in the other at the box. This is just where it's going to line up on the side. It doesn't matter too much. So this component's mine now. I can do whatever I want to it. I can change the color. I can go ahead and change all the font if I'm like, oh man, because some of these components, the font is just terrible. It's all mixed up. The sizing is different. So maybe I want to make this really big. Maybe I want to stretch this table out. And just to show you that it's going to be different, I'm just going to write my name. Don't put your name on the components. I'm just doing this to show you that this is the one that we saved when I go back and compare. But let's just pretend I edited this all up and I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'm happy with this. Everything lines up perfectly. I'm going to go over here, top, I'm going to hit Save Template Component. After I do that, you will find, so I'm going to go back to that template I just created, so eval report template. So this is not the one I edited. You can see that the original is still intact. That means anyone using this, no changes were made. But if you come over to this assessment section on the left, you'll notice that mine, the CW, my initials one, shows up now. I can click it. I can have both if I really want. But you'll notice that I made the font bigger. There's no text in here, that's why it kind of took away that space. But you'll see that I was able to successfully copy it, edit it, kind of change things up how I wanted, and the original stayed intact. Now I'll just uncheck that box that the original came in. I recommend unchecking. You could hit the X. It does do the same thing. The only problem is sometimes I've hit the X before and it kind of just deletes it. I don't know why that happens. It's not worth the risk, to be honest. Just go and uncheck it. It'll make your life easier, especially if you accidentally delete something. Just go and uncheck it on the side. So now I have this component that I can do whatever I want to. I can change the color. I can change anything about it. If you want I recommend for these type of tables, like you could have them stack on top of each other, or you can make one long table. You can do whatever you want now that it's yours. Now here's the thing. I recommend that you only copy and edit the components that you really need to change. For instance, if you are likely not going to need to change the header. If there was a problem with the header, reach out to the person who does ClinicSource for your company, who does the editing, things like that. If there's a font size issue or something, they can change that for you. Don't just copy this and put your name and then make a tiny little change on it, just because we're going to end up having 30 of those components on the side that are all basically the same. Only copy the ones that you truly want to edit and make changes to. So I'm going to take that off. But again, put your initials in the front of it when you save it, and that is really it. So there's going to be the next videos to come are going to be talking about how to actually create components, how to make tables, use checkboxes, drop downs. That is all going to be coming soon. Again, if you found this video helpful and you would like to see more, please smash a like at the bottom. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think, as well as if there is something that you're always having problems with, let me know, and I'll make a video for that. So thank you very much for watching. All right, have a good day, everyone.